check.
1 2 1 2 check check check.
Yeah.
Do we kind of match again? Not really, but like blues.
There's some blues.
There's blues. There's a theme.
What's the theme?
Blue. Is it rolling?
What?
Is it rolling? Keep that in. Keep that in.
There's a theme. What's the theme? Blue.
Blue.
What an elaborate theme. Today's
I'm blue, double D, double day. Do you remember that song?
Wait.
I'm blue.
No, say it.
I'm not. You don't. Hold on.
No, you can't play it. We'll get copywritten.
So you just
take it all. I'll just edit it out.
Do you don't know this song? You wait. This is very Eiffel 65.
Definitely don't know that. You brought it pretty quick. You must listen to it frequently.
Not that frequently, but I've listened to it.
It's like it was. She goes, "Have you ever heard this song?" And it was starting like. Oh yeah, okay. Of course, I know this song.
Well, the other day I posted this. This is a song I listen to all the time.
I think this is a song I've only heard like in clubs, so I never heard the beginning. It's just
you were clubbing. I was like in first grade. There's another song I love. I'm gonna pull it up again. You probably won't be able to play this, but I posted this in a story, and somebody was like, "I can't believe you posted this this song." I'm like, "I love this song." And then Mike Sicoli messages me and he goes, "I listen to this song at least once a day." I'm like, "No wonder I like you, Mike Sicoli." Ready?
Oh yeah, I know this song.
It's a great song.
Yeah. Talk.
Okay. Anyway, I love 90s music.
Yeah.
Like that's my favorite genre.
Yeah.
It was the best.
It was great.
All genres, rock, rap, hip hop, R&B. Like they had it all down. Techno, dance.
I used to go out dancing so much in the 90s.
Oh, I wish I was like.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, I heard. It's so funny because we're like probably recording this. We don't number the podcast too much because we put them out of order, but we're hitting the teens.
Are we?
Of pretty soon, yeah.
You think so?
We just, yeah, definitely.
September.
Yeah.
4.
Because we just.
6.
Yeah, as of this recording, we just
8.
released 10. So by the time this comes out.
Okay.
But
cool.
What was my point before I said that?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Oh no, about like repeating stories. I didn't know what was I going to talk about with the.
We're talking about 90s and the dancing. And then, by the way, hi guys, welcome to another episode of our podcast.
Welcome to.
This is another episode of If You Would Have Told Me. My name's Emily Page.
And I'm Joe Fernandes.
And we're listening to 90s music today.
I want to thank Emily for starting the podcast. This is the second time she did it.
Hey, I actually did a good job. And this time I didn't look at the camera. I looked at the lens. Sometimes I just look at myself and I'm like, it's not where I'm supposed to be.
The lens is the camera. You mean the monitor.
I look at the monitor. I look at the thing and the other thing. The thing. Okay.
But no, yeah, we used to. I remember I was going to talk about going out dancing a lot. And then my mind went somewhere else, and now I lost it.
It'll come back in the middle of the episode.
We're talking about 90s.
We're talking about 90s. Do you want me to play the song again? Maybe if I play the song.
No. Oh, no. Okay. I was listening to this podcast I listened to. This guy, he's from England. Our pod. Yeah. Not only do I record it and hear it,
and then
I edit it, and then I'm like, you know what? 3 times what I need for this. I need the 3rd time.
I lived it. Let me relive it.
I relived it.
Okay, so you're listening to this other podcast.
Yeah, no, he was talking about the club scene in the UK, which was always big, like club scene in the UK, and how it's dying.
No.
They said a club, like he was saying, like a club a week is like closing.
That's
and
so
what
sad.
They blame it on is cell phones.
I believe that.
Because they said people are tired of people taking, like when you used to go to a club, it was like this secret
what stays and happens in the club,
and now there's
stays
just way too much cameras going on that people stop going to clubs.
I get it.
It's.
I would, if I was going to go clubbing, I would totally go clubbing in the UK.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be amazing.
Yeah. I used to love dancing, taking hallucinogenics and dancing to techno. we used to go out to New York and go to like the Limelight in the tunnel.
I don't know what any of those things are, but okay.
There were these. The Limelight was a club that was it was inside a church.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
It was so cool.
Very cool.
And it was, I forget what night of the week it was. It was either Monday or Wednesday. It was like called Disco 2000.
Okay.
And it was like the first time I was ever like really around like transgender people and stuff like that. So it was like totally wild. Because I remember like the first time I went, because they look at you how you're dressed and they decide whether they're going to let you in or not.
Okay.
Like you know, but I went with these 2 Asian girls I went to high school with. And
they wanted them in, so.
Well, they were like regular, so they brought me, so I was with them. So it was like, boom, and it was just one of them. But like, I didn't know the woman who let me in was a guy, because I was like, yeah, that's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life.
Technically, that's a woman.
No, but back then I didn't. It wasn't really in the lexicon back then.
Right. It
really wasn't. Like, I mean,
you
know, I mean, I knew about it, but it wasn't as.
It wasn't as accepted.
Well. I never not accepted it. It was just never a thing.
But I meant by society.
By society, yeah.
It was still a little taboo, we'll say.
Yeah, but we used to like dance all night and go to school the next day. Like
that's crazy.
I drive back from New York and like go to the parking lot of high school, and I'd be like in first period, like.
That's crazy.
I was just sweating all night and but like I was on stuff that kept you up all night.
Right.
So it was like, yeah, like now that I think about it, it's crazy, especially when I see a 17-year-old.
Where'd your mom think you were?
At a friend's house sleeping over.
But on a school night?
Yeah.
Wow. My parents never would have let me do that on a school night.
Yeah. But
She's such a cool mom.
She was pretty cool.
She's a great mom.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of things she learned about after.
Wait a minute. She's going to listen to this podcast and be like, you told me you were at Jimmy's house.
She probably
you were clubbing in New York City?
One time she caught me going to New York because like when I was in middle school, me and my friends decided we were going to do a Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So we skateboarded to the bus stop and we just kept going.
That's great.
Went to the Route 18 flea market, took a bus to Port Authority, skated around New York City, went to the top of the World Trade Center.
That's awesome.
Went to a peep show, like all these.
Best day of your life.
That was when 42nd Street and Times Square was like just like we were just like looking at hookers but we were 14.
Best day of your life.
Oh, it was so much fun, man. We had the best time. But then I get home, my mother goes, "What were you doing in New York?"
How'd she find out?
A friend of hers saw me get on the bus in like East Brunswick.
And she had no way of getting in touch with you because there's no cell phones or anything.
There was no way of getting in touch with me.
No beepers?
Nope. No, it was right before beepers.
That's so funny.
Right before beepers. But I couldn't believe I got caught. Like, I was just so shocked. Like, what are the odds of, like, one of my mother's friends seeing me get on a bus?
That's so funny. I grew up in such a different generation because, like, I also had, my mom wasn't always working when I was at school, so she was home anyway.
Yeah.
But, like, what a totally different, because I was born in 1990. Mm-hmm. So I love the 90s, but I really grew up in, like, the 2000s.
Yeah.
And I feel like there was such a generational shift at that point where they were, like...
Yeah.
It was way more parent involvement and on top of like what's going on and stuff like that. Like the rule was always like you came home when the streetlights came on, but I couldn't leave my development. Like, you know what I mean? Like I always had like a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. We were totally free range, but we were out there.
Free range chickens.
Free range children.
Well, my dad said the same thing when he was growing up. I mean, my dad's much older than you, but like, he was always just like, we like literally just did stuff and then we just like eventually came home. Right. Like no one asked where we were.
Yeah.
We just out.
Yeah.
I'm like, what a life.
Yeah. It was the best.
Yeah.
Like just, I was never home. Well, there was nothing to do at home.
Right.
There was no quality video games. But we were just out. Like sometimes I wish I had pictures of like all these places we used to hang.
Yeah.
Like this is how like we skateboarded to your neck of the woods to go to Great Adventure one time.
From East Brunswick?
From East Brunswick.
That's insane.
We had bikes and skateboards, so like
how did you even go though? 195?
Well, we went like my father. It's so weird how we knew how to get places back then, but like there was like this back way from like we started at my dad's house in Manalapan.
Oh, okay.
And then there was like these back this back way
Right.
somehow to get there. I couldn't even do it this day, but
That's so
like
funny.
my friend would have a bike and we'd be on pegs. And then
Oh my
sometimes,
gosh, yeah.
we would skate, but we went great adventure all day. And then we called our parents to pick us up because we were too tired to come on.
I don't blame you.
We were like, you know,
That's
like
so
what?
funny.
They're like, where'd you go?
Just great adventure. How'd you call them?
Payphone.
Payphone? Oh,
Yeah.
That's right. My kids don't even know what a payphone is.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like, so if I asked you to pretend you were on the phone, how would you pretend you're on the phone? What would your pretend phone look like? Pretend you're making a call.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
If I asked my daughter to pretend she's on the phone, she was like this.
Oh, that's cute.
No, it's not.
No?
It's scary because it's cute,
Well, no,
but it's like that's what the
that's
phone to them is.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah.
And we still do this. And she's like, what is that? The phone. It's a phone.
Do you remember collect calling?
No, I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
I was
collect calling.
before.
Yes, we used to, because we didn't have the money sometimes, or you had to spend money to collect call. Like the person have to accept the charges.
Oh, okay.
So, but they would be like, say your name after the beep. So I'd be like, please make collect call to this number. So I'd be like, please say your name. I'm like, I'm at the mall. Pick me up now. So my mom would get the collect call. Hey, I'm at the mall. Pick me up. You have a collect call from? I'm at the mall. Pick me up now. You like to accept charges?
That's
now.
fantastic. I love that.
And
That's
what we
so
used to
smart.
do.
No, I mean, I had my what I remember growing up that my daughter will never know is number one, the landline phones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like whatever. And then if you wanted to call a friend, you have to call the house phone. You're like, hi, this is Emily. Is Chelsea available to take a call? And like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And I remember dial-up internet. So I would come home from school. I would go up to the computer room, which is the guest bedroom.
Yeah.
I would turn on the desktop computer and get the internet sign. I would come downstairs to the kitchen, make a sandwich, and I would go up and it would still be signing on to the internet. These kids have no idea. They just like open it and they have automatic internet.
Wow.
You remember that?
Yeah. That was.
And then you remember AOL Instant Messenger, AIM?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, loved it. Got to have the right away message.
I met a lot of girls on that.
I'm sure. You go into chat rooms, ASL, age, sex, location.
No, I actually, now I remember that. Yeah. But I remember I remember the first time like a stranger messaged me. I'm actually still friends with her to this day, sort of.
How did you? Okay.
Wait, how what?
How did she find you?
I have no idea. So
still to this day, you didn't ask her?
I probably asked her back then, but I forgot. So I get this message from was her name, right? Mm-hmm. So her name was. I'm still Facebook friends with her. I haven't seen her active in a while, so I don't really know what's going on in her life. But we start chatting.
Okay.
I don't know if there's like fake or real people. So we're making each other laugh over AIM, and then I meet her at I may cut this out, but maybe not because she won't listen to this anyway. But so I meet her in a movies.
Okay.
She's cute. I was like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
So we go to see whatever movie was out at the time, and we really hit it off. So I definitely cut her name out. so she goes, "You want to come back to my place?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yes. Yeah.
And
wait, how old are you at this point?
19.
Oh, okay. All right. You're an adult.
19. I'm an adult. 20. 19,
Close enough
20,
to be an adult. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe 20. Yeah. Yeah. And then so she goes, so we're driving to her place and she goes, "Do you like ABBA?" I go, "What?" Oh, no. 'Cause we met at her place because we met at the movie. So yeah, we get to her place and we're walking in. She goes, "You like ABBA?" And I'm like, "No. I don't know. Like, I'm not really.
Yeah,
I know heard of ABBA."
Yes, you love ABBA.
She goes,
"You've never heard of ABBA?"
I've heard of ABBA, but I like not enough to say I like them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Please, Mamma Mia.
Yeah, Mama. At that time, I wasn't really. And then she goes, "You want to watch an ABBA concert?" I'm like, I mean, if that's what I got to do.
Absolutely.
I've done weirder things before, but we could do that.
If that's your kink.
So we get there. She pops in an ABBA concert. In her bed, her place is full of ABBA posters.
Oh God.
She got ABBA sheets. She got ABBA everything. The whole place is ABBA. And I'm like, this is probably going to be good sex because she's crazy. That's all I was thinking. I was like, so whatever, we have a good time together after the. No, I didn't watch the whole ABBA concert. I was like, I'll give you a song or two, but we gotta move this. I can't. I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm not here to watch shows. And but I'm 19 at the time, so we hook up, and it was nice, but like the ABBA thing kind of threw me off a little
Just
bit.
a little.
I don't know if I don't know if it's gonna
Not
work
a
out.
diehard ABBA fan.
I don't know.
How'd she find you though? That's what I want to figure out.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're gonna have to message her on Facebook.
Yeah. No, if she hears, she'll be like, "Fuck it." No, so I'm like, whatever. We hung out maybe like one other time after that, and then I was like, "Hey, listen, I'm just not,
Not feeling the ABBA.
not feeling it." But she got a little, like, she showed up at my house one day,
Oh,
and
stalkery.
I was like, she goes, why? I just don't know why you don't want to. I'm like, I don't. What? Why don't you want to see me? I'm like, I just don't. I don't. I mean, I don't know. Like what?
Not really
like,
an ABBA.
How am I supposed to? She goes, I can't. It's breaking my heart. I'm joining the Air Force Reserves.
What?
I go.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Pause. I was gonna stop later and be like, "Wow, I never saw that ABBA thing coming." But the twists, the story is taking,
It's
and
like
the fact that there's no bit, you have not written a bit about this.
No.
You better go home and write something. You don't even have to write it; just tell it like it is.
Story. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, she joined the Air Force.
Yeah. I was like, well, good luck with that. I hope it helps you get over our 2 dates.
With your ABBA obsession.
Like, yeah, I'm saying there. First of all, I'm like, if I didn't think you were crazy then, like if I was wrong about your craziness, like I think you're
Showing
crazy now.
up
We
at
have
my
2
house.
dates, and it's like I'm causing you to go to the Air Force. So she did. She went. You know what? I was the catalyst for her finding whatever. She gets out of the Air Force. I'm doing. So what was it? I was doing comedy. So it was many years later.
Okay.
She like MySpace is out.
I loved MySpace.
So she finds me on MySpace. So I'm like, oh, ABBA girl. You know what I mean? So, she comes and she was telling me her whole story. I was like, oh, this is great. She seemed a little bit more not ABBA crazy. You know what I mean? A little bit normal. And then, but I still had her number.
There really wasn't anywhere to go. You had to, there really wasn't any.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Anyway.
But she told me she met a guy and she's getting married, and
Nice.
and I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And her guy came out to see me do like an open mic one night.
Nice.
In Bloomfield. Like,
okay.
So
It's a nice area.
yeah, it was. So one night I'm coming home from New York. I used to take the train a lot to go do my spots, my open mics and stuff. So I used to leave my car at work in Woodbridge, take the train from here, go to New York, train back. But one night I fell asleep and missed Woodbridge and wound up at South Amboy where they live. And I call her, I'm like, hey, would you be able? Like I want stuff from the ABBA girl. I'm like, I know this is out of the blue.
Mamma mia.
But could you pick me up at the train station and bring me to my car?
Did she?
She said her fiance came and picked me up. I'm like, no, that's a great guy.
That's a great guy.
I was like, does he know about us? She goes, he does. I'm like, he's a really good guy.
Or he wanted to kill you and they just didn't get the...
But the ABBA girl saved me from having to walk from South Amboy to Woodbridge.
That's a long walk.
Yeah. But I don't even know. Oh, we were talking about AIM. So that was my first experience meeting someone.
Get there. Yeah.
Well, that was my first AIM experience.
I used to meet people on
I'll probably cut out the second half of that story. It probably wasn't that interesting. It's a great story.
Leave it in. I met, I have friends from MySpace that I still haven't met in person that I still keep in touch with that live in like Texas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like we FaceTime, we used to Skype, you know what I mean? Like before that was like a thing. But yeah, MySpace was the first one. I was like in high school when MySpace came out or when I made a MySpace.
Yeah. That's like when I started comedy.
That took a lot of my like, So I feel like I was the last generation where the internet didn't totally consume my social life, but that's when it really started.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like these generations now, it's like everything is on social media. And I feel, I get it. And trust me, it's addictive. But I also feel bad because it was so nice not having to worry about having a social media presence and just like being a person in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, no, I agree totally.
Like, that's my thing with comedy. That's why I don't stress about social media anymore because I don't have time to.
What do you mean? As
like
far
gain
as
followers and like I need to have 10,000 I don't care anymore. I can't.
You can't.
I want to live my life.
Right. You can't stress it.
I don't want to be TikTok famous. I don't care.
Right. Well, that's why we're letting our podcast grow organically.
It's doing okay. Except for that matching tattoo TikTok.
It's just way too personal, I think, for
we should
anyone
take
to
it
care.
down and re-upload it.
That could be. It could have been
Let's
a time
try that.
issue. We could try that. Was it? You know what it is? It's like with the we can go back to talking about social media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like no, but as far as the growth of the podcast though, it takes a while.
Yep.
I remember telling you that when you wanted to do this with me. Because I remember
I was fine with it.
Because I remember like because people have asked me in the past to do it. I'm like, I need to know that you'll be in for the ebbs and flows because
I don't care.
It's so much work to get going, and then it's like
but it
people
only takes
burn out.
One thing. To me, I just have so much fun with us doing it. It's become such an outlet that I like look forward to doing this. And we have like, we have fun, and I feel bad because you do the heavy lifting and then like, with your work project, me doing some of it and having so many questions. Like, I don't know, Joe, I don't think I'm doing this right, but I'm trying, and like, I get it. No, social media. What we're talking about?
No,
I don't know.
I agree. It's like the way kids are growing up on social media and the social media presence, trying to get followers. I don't even love it myself. Like, I really taper it back because I just don't. I don't like. I don't think if I talked about this on the podcast before. I seem to say that a lot lately. I'm trying to.
We're just going in circles at this point.
But like, I just don't like the way the pull of it. Like, where I feel like I need to check it. Like, it's almost like a muscle memory thing.
Yep.
Like even when I'm doing it, but. Yeah, growing up without it was much better.
I just feel like I am coming more across times where I want to go off the grid recently.
Yes.
Like, I'm like, I just don't. I want to just go travel the world and just like, do you ever want to just start over?
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
Not only do I want to start over, and I'm in the process of starting over, and it's like, I want to start over. Yeah. And
like a reset.
Yeah. Because whatever, it feels like it. It feels like a time for a reset. But like, I don't know. I think the kids might be okay because they're growing up with it.
They don't know any different.
Like, I miss the MySpace days where you didn't know what people were thinking. It was all about like photos, top friends.
Yes.
Like I learned about it through stand up because I remember I was performing a lot at the Stress Factory, and like I would meet girls from Rutgers after the shows, like, what's your MySpace? And I'm like, what's a MySpace? And then they're like, and then I had this girl that I met at a comedy club make my
that's great
due to MySpace. She was like my first friend.
Aw. I remember having a top 8 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was a very emo girl. I had like that was like the whole scene I grew up in.
I gotta see emo pictures of
Emily. I wish I had all my old MySpace photos. I don't know what happened to them.
I found a picture of me recently where I look like a total Guido.
Really?
Like pre-comedy.
That's so funny.
I gotta show it to you.
Yes, please do. I like that stuff. No, I have like I used to do like Warp Tour a lot.
Okay.
I spent many summers at Warp Tour, and like I would meet bands and stuff like that. Like I did all that stuff. I was like a, whatever.
Groupie?
No.
The way you were like not saying it.
No. I was too naive. I was too like living my own world.
I used to go to a lot of shows.
Did you?
Oh my. God, I went to. I mean, that was.
I used to love
life.
going to concerts. But it was the same thing like you said in New York City. You went to school the next day. My parents would let me go to concerts on school nights, but I had to go to school the next day. That was the rule.
Yeah.
I remember being in the shower and just like my head pounding from the bass, and then like having to wake up the next morning and go to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about when I met Korn?
No.
Yeah, so I worked at IHOP on Route 18.
Oh yes, you did.
Okay.
Sorry. You did though. I remember that because you got They gave you tickets, right?
I must have told it on the podcast.
You did tell it on the podcast. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah, I met a lot of bands. That was my life for a lot of years.
It's so fun, right?
Me and Ken Krantz talk about doing a lot of because me and Ken Krantz talk music a lot.
I like Ken.
And he was gonna come. We were gonna go see TV on the radio. I
don't know what that is.
They're a band that broke up and they got back together.
Oh.
For like a small tour, and they had a couple nights in New York, but we both got lazy and the weather sucked, so we're like,
nah. It's so funny. You think about the stuff you would do as a kid, and now you're like, it's raining.
It's like New York.
No, I know, but like I remember going to concerts by myself. My poor father. My dad used to be like, he'd bring me to concerts because my parents didn't want me going by myself, and he would just sit. He'd buy a ticket to go to like a Good Charlotte concert, and he'd put earplugs in and sit in the back of the room while I'm like up in like the mosh pit.
Oh, that's great.
And yeah, he would go everywhere with me.
That's awesome. What was your first concert?
My first concert was when I was 4. I went to a Raffi concert. No, my first real concert was probably Warped Tour when I was 8th grade the summer of 8th grade going into freshman year. My parents, we took a vacation to Buffalo, New York, just to go. We worked the vacation around this Warped Tour. Mm-hmm. And my best friend, Liz, shout out to Liz, came with us to the concert. We did Warped Tour, and my parents just went to Warped Tour too, but they put earplugs in and just walked around, and like me and Liz just went off for like hours.
Who were the main acts? Like
oh my gosh, Newfound Glory, Good Charlotte, Avenged Sevenfold. I think I met MXPX at one time. Fall Out Boy is probably there. Like all those. It was just such festivals. A great time.
Yeah,
it was great. I loved it. I don't know.
Yeah, those were I remember going. Me and my brother used to go to Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
And everything.
I had my throwaway camera. I would take pictures in the crowd, and you get them back, and like half of them aren't even you to.
I have a great throwaway camera story.
Do you?
Oh,
I miss a throwaway camera. I would take one on vacation and just take pictures with it, just to see.
I found a roll of film, and I've been cleaning out my closets, as you know, and I found a roll of film. I'm like, what could it possibly be on this?
Did you do it?
I brought it to this photo thing.
What was the pictures of?
So I
ABBA girl?
No. That'd be awesome. There was a few pictures of my oldest niece, Alyssa, when I was babysitting her.
Aww.
She looked like Dora the Explorer. She was so cute. Oh, my God. And then it was a Vermont, pictures from this Vermont road trip I took with this girl, Jenna, a little camping trip.
Who's Jenna?
She was a girl. I'm still friends with her today.
Okay.
She's
shout out to Jenna.
I should probably don't listen to this, but I mean, friends like social media friends.
Right.
But yeah, we took a nice road trip for a weekend to.
That's fun.
Vermont. I think that was my last
weekend
camping.
I want to go to Burlington, Vermont.
Oh, we went on that trip because one day we were staying I forget the town, but it was like in the Green Mountain area. So we woke up the next day and we drove to Burlington, and we went to this seafood restaurant right on the water there.
Yeah.
And then I had these big king crab legs. And then they had these little boat rentals, like these small little boats. So I was like, I wish I could probably find these pictures because I know I have these pictures somewhere. And somehow we found sombreros.
Obviously.
And me and her were rowing.
With the sombreros.
With the sombreros
I love that.
And we had the best time.
That's great.
But I think that was my last weekend ever camping because I had a lot of camping. I used to go camping a lot.
I don't camp ever.
I'm done.
No, I don't ever. I've never wanted to do it.
Because I had like a big tent with like a queen blow-up mattress, the whole thing.
No, I'll camp in a hotel room.
Yeah. That's how I'm at.
Yeah.
But like we came back when we went out one night, it was sort of like freezing raining. Because Vermont, you can have a beautiful day, then it's like freezing. And the tent leaked. We got in there and like my mattress was like floating around. I'm like, okay, well this is done.
We're done, right?
I slept in the car.
Ugh.
Which sucked.
That's worse.
And then drove home the next day and I'm like,
No more.
I'm tapping out.
No more. We're done.
I threw my camping gear and left it in Vermont.
A for effort.
I'm a cabin stayer now.
There you go. I'm a just air conditioned hotel.
Yeah.
With a nice shower. Like that's what I'm not like, I don't think I'm very materialistic, but like when I vacation, I'm like, make it worth my time.
Oh yeah.
I want
nice. Yeah.
stuff.
It's like I was watching every episode's going to be a travel show. It's so funny.
We just really like to escape our real lives, so we go away a lot.
Yeah, a lot of these solo travelers are like staying in hostels. I'm like, no. Joe needs room service.
Yes.
And like
clean linens
and a robe
and a nice fluffy towel.
Yes. Click on the TV.
Yes. Oh, this is roughing it.
Oh yeah, so rough. But we were talking about the photos. So,
yes.
Yeah, I found the photos, which were cool. Some of them, because it was so old, like I'm like, that's me. But,
right.
like, but I remember, we took like a gondola ride up there and everything. Like,
that's so fun.
Oh, yeah.
Your niece keeps popping up as a recommended friend for me on
niece?
Facebook. Do you have a niece named Alyssa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one who's pictured.
Yeah. I just thought of it because she wrote her name up. I'm like, I don't think I should be friends with her. But like, I mean, like, that's great. But I'm like, what a weird like recommendation.
Yeah.
Do you want to be friends with Joe's niece? Joe's niece doesn't know who I am. She should.
She might. She
probably would. She might listen. Yeah.
People ask me about you all the time in my family.
Oh, jeez. I'll come over.
Yeah, my mother would love that.
I love your mom.
Yeah.
Well, listen, if you're, let me know. Invite me over. If you're having Sunday dinner, I'll come stop by. Say hi.
Oh, she would be thrilled.
Oh, listen, I'll bring the little monster, Ava.
Yeah.
She'll be like, please don't ever invite that girl back over. Crazy kid.
Nah. My family is very
kid friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of my Ava's 6.
6, yeah.
Yeah, I have little kids in my family.
So you're used to it.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
I love it. But we're so I'll tell you the story about a found camera. So I go to Woodstock 95.
Okay.
So me and my brother, we thought about going to Woodstock 95. It was so expensive back then. So I'm listening. I was working with my mother at the parks department in the summers.
Okay.
Like doing stuff.
That's
was my
cool.
job. And then I hear on the radio, they're breaking down the fences at Woodstock and people are going in. So I was like, yo, call my brother. Like, let's go. So me and my brother and my buddy Billy just hop in my car and we drive up to Saugerties, New York. By the time we get up there, they've closed off the exits to Woodstock and we can't get there, right? And I'm like, all right, so we're in this like Cumberland Farms and we're just like, what are we going to do? I guess got to go home. This is terrible. This cab driver pulls up to us. He's like, guys looking to go to Woodstock? We're like, yeah. He's like, I'll take you. I know some back ways. I go, where am I going to leave my car? He goes, leave it at my house.
Obviously.
So I'm a young guy then. I'm 18. And I go, okay. So I follow this cab driver back to his house.
You're alive.
And I leave my car at his house.
I think I've seen this 2020 episode.
Yeah. So me and my brother and Billy hop into this cab, backseat of the cab, and we're smoking joints. He's drinking a beer.
The cab driver.
Yeah, because we're driving like these dirt roads through the woods to get there. Get pulled over by the cops, right? He goes to throw his beer out the window. His window's shut. It just shatters and there's beer all over the place inside the car. So we're just like, we're all going to jail. That's all we're thinking. Because we have a lot of substance, all types of substances on us. And the cop pulls over and the officer's like, whatever, he knew him. He's like Bob or whatever his name was. He's like, Tom. And, he's like, I'm taking these kids. He's like, you crazy guy. And we just go. We're like, we can't believe this is happening. Like, we can't believe it. Like, we went from sad we're not going to get into Woodstock. All this happened. So he drops us off. We get there. Fence is open. I have my little Marlboro tent that I got from Marlboro Miles. So we get to Woodstock. 400,000 people wound up being there, but when we got there, there wasn't. We set up camp by the main stage.
Yeah.
We wake up, there's 400,000 people like stomping my tent. We had to like wrap up my tent, and we're just like, where are we going to go? We're just like traveling through, trying to find a space. And I just hear out of nowhere, Fernandes. It's my buddy Mark.
I thought it was Abigail.
No, that would be crazy. This is pre-Abigail. This is it. Yeah. That would be so funny. I wound up finding all my friends that were there in a campsite together. So I'm taking pictures all weekend, blah, 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 pictures, but we're taking, I mean, I have so many stories from that, but I don't know if we want to hear
Not for the podcast.
Well, actually, there was
remember your mom listens to this.
Well, she's heard all this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Smoking weed, acid, whatever. So this guy comes by our campsite and he's like, "What's up, man?" We're like, "Nothing, man. You know, just." He's like, "You guys want to smoke opium?" I'm like, "Sure." So
why not?
Why not? And then I smoked. And my brother's like, "I don't want to do it." I'm like, "All right." Then my brother's like, "What's it feel like?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm on so much stuff. I have no idea what the opium is." I was like, "I don't even know."
I can't even tell you which one's which.
I was like, "But I hope I don't get addicted because I don't know where to get it." Like, we're like,
I love that that's what you're concerned about.
I'm like going to go to Turkey. Like, we're like, go like on vacation. It probably wasn't even, I don't even know. But that's where I was as a teenager. Oregano. I was like, sure, strange man. Let me take
probably like Tylenol PM.
Yeah, Tylenol PM. But
crushed up. Here.
It was such a great weekend because I was with all my friends.
Yeah.
It was all my favorite bands at the time were playing there. Blind Melon, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Metallica, 9 Inch Nails. I mean, just everything. Techno at night to dance through the night when the bands were done. It was awesome. So, you know, long story short, we leave. Now, we don't know how do you get
your car back?
Right. So, I don't know.
Do you ever think about how many times you could have died when you were growing up?
Oh my God. I should just be grateful every day that I have limbs, that I
have limbs. I have 10 fingers and 10 toes.
For real. Right. I'll tell you some weird accidents I've had.
I have a career and a life and a home. Like,
yeah. And, so we're like, so when you bought tickets for Woodstock, they came with a bus ride from Fairleigh Dickinson. Like, there were different places, but Fairleigh Dickinson was like the one that people that we knew were going from. So we saw the buses that were taking people back. So we just got in line, and the guy has like a clipboard, and the guy don't know who anyone is. We're all just like, I'm in someone else's clothes. This is where I'm at. Like, I'm in, like, I've never wore Jenko jeans in my life.
What?
I never did, but I was in a pair. Don't know how. They weren't mine. I'm somehow... I don't know where my clothes went, but I'm in new clothes. That's where I'm at. So I'm in Jenko jeans and some other t-shirt, and I'm in line. So I just look at the guy's clipboard and I see whatever name I see. I'm like, yeah, I'm Bob so-and-so. He's like, all right, get on there.
Bob.
My brother's like, yeah, I'm Steve, blah, blah, blah. My brother gets on. Billy gets on. We get to Fairleigh Dickinson. So my buddy Doughboy, who couldn't go, he wouldn't go. He's like, my mom says I can't go. I'm like, your mom? We're 18. Your mom get in trouble. Who cares? This is like, So I was like, can you pick us up at Fairleigh Dickinson? So he comes and picks us up, and I go, dude, I need a favor from you. Can you drive me to Saugerties, New York? I got to get my car.
You went backwards. Like,
well, I didn't know how to get there I didn't know how to get there on foot to this guy's house, but I remembered, I think if I got to that Cumberland Farms where I met him, I'd be able, because it wasn't far from there.
Man, I would have needed a new car. There's no way I could have ever remembered any of that.
we tried.
Did you have your car keys still?
Yeah, I had my car keys.
Oh, okay.
I had my car keys somehow in my new pants.
Wait.
I lost my pants, but I kept my car. I was responsible enough to keep my car keys.
And your wallet?
And I don't know, you know. Yeah, I guess so. I guess I had my wallet. Or maybe I left the car keys with that guy. I don't know. I'm trying to remember.
Very trusting.
It was so long ago, but like, so we drive up to Saugerties. I find the guy's house. He comes out. He goes, "I was worried about you. I didn't know if you were coming back." That's like he was like there with open arms.
That's fantastic. What was his name?
The guy?
Yeah.
I have. I mean,
Joe.
I know. I don't remember.
Joe.
I mean,
he could be a listener.
Yeah. The way he was drinking and driving while driving a cab, he may be passed on by now. I have no idea.
My dad said people used to drink and drive all the time.
Oh, my father used to drink and drive all the time.
But then you had the other steering wheel.
So I go, you want to go see where the concert was? Because now I know where we're at. So I bring Doughboy.
You remembered how to get there just after one time?
The exits weren't closed then, so it was very easy to get there.
I get lost with my GPS on.
Yeah, it was very easy to get there.
Yeah.
So we go there and we walk out in there because it was all mud. We were in the mud, and we walk up to the main stage and everything. And I'll just tell you this funny story before I get to my camera thing. So this because the whole thing is about a camera story, but I'm leading up because
so many other great stories.
We see this hippie guy walking up with bare feet, and there's like just ripped up pillows and like the stuff inside the pillow, the stuffing from the pillows all over the place. And this hippie guy's walking up, he goes, "Did you guys hear Pearl Jam's playing at Bethel, which is like north of Saugerties where the original Woodstock was? You guys going?" We're like, "Nah." And he goes, "Whoa, you guys got cotton?" I'm like, "What?" And that's when I noticed the pillow on the ground. He goes, "Is that your cotton?" I go, "No." And he goes, "Oh," and he goes and he takes a bunch of it and puts it between his toes and then walks away. And we're like, "That's insane." But it was just so crazy.
That's the guy actually that you took the Jenko jeans from.
That was obviously his Jenko jeans. So like I said, I lost my pants, I lost my camera, everything. I find a camera in the mud, right? So I go, I should take this. This could be like some whack stuff on here. You know, I'm like, it could be anything. And I take it back and I develop it, and it's my camera. I love my camera with what are the odds of that?
That's awesome though.
I mean, it was in the mud getting stomped on.
It still worked? I mean, like you still got the pictures?
Because it was not cracked or whatever. It was just muddy. It was just a muddy camera. So I was like, I'll pay for this because who knows what can be on it.
It was all pictures you took? It
was all the pictures I took.
Anything good?
No, it was just my friends and
being stupid.
We didn't take selfies back then. Really. I mean, sometimes you're like almost like, how do you operate this? Right. Like that kind of.
It just goes off.
That kind of selfie.
Remember Polaroids? I love those too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love the Polaroids.
They made a little. I remember like getting them for like my nieces and stuff. Mm-hmm. They made like little comeback Polaroids
I loved Polaroid.
Were the best.
Yeah.
I wish there was so many films. I used to take like Super 8 films of me and my friends skateboarding.
I don't know what that is.
It's like the old school like film. There's like these. It was like these little cameras from like the 60s.
Okay.
And it'd come a little Kodak film, and you just make little movies.
That's cool.
And I have no idea where that stuff is. I wish I had it, you know?
Yeah.
But
that's awesome.
That was my camera.
It's a great story.
Was it? It was. I feel like.
I mean, there was a lot of great side quests.
Well, yeah, it was the Woodstock. We were talking about concerts. And
I love that.
And stuff. I feel like kind of fit.
That's good. Should we get into a news story? I don't have a segue. I don't have a segue for that, but this one is very funny to me. This article, this is just the headline. Okay. This is what struck me. Man shot woman with crossbow at Bergen County pet shop.
I mean, it's not funny, but...
Here's the caption, like the I guess it's subheading.
Subheading.
A woman was shot in the face with a crossbow at a bird shop in Bergen County on Monday, according to prosecutors and shop owners.
You know the name of that bird shop?
Oh, there's a name. I know the name. A Hasbrook Heights man has been charged in connection with the shooting of a pet shop employee with a crossbow on Monday evening. Raymond M. Carey, 53, has been charged with first-degree attempted murder. Prosecutors say he was this is funny. Prosecutors said he was apprehended at 18 Route 9 in Pine Beach, which is the address of a Dunkin' Donuts.
What?
Why they added that detail in there, I have no idea. But reporting. He stopped at a Dunkin'.
You shot someone? He stopped after the shooting?
Yeah. They found they apprehended
That's a cold
him.
person. I shot someone in the face with a crossbow. And I need some coffee. You would think the adrenaline from shooting someone in the face with a crossbow would be good. You need a little coffee after.
But that feels like such a I wonder why her. Also, why a crossbow?
So there was no reason that he shot
I don't know.
He just said, "Well, I need to shoot."
Let me.
More will
The
be
pet
revealed.
shop, Birds by Joe 2, said the employee was recovering. He entered a previous customer. Hold on. Police and prosecutors investigated and determined that Carrie, a previous customer of the shop, entered and shot the woman with a crossbow. However, she was able to disarm him of the bow.
What? Wait.
Yup. The victim ran from the store to seek help at neighboring business, while the suspect fled the scene of the crime in a vehicle that was parked outside the business. But it doesn't say why he shot her with a crossbow.
I can't believe she disarmed him after getting shot in the face with a crossbow.
I don't think she got shot in the face. She just got shot.
Oh, I thought it said in the face.
Oh, I think it might have, actually. Hold on. In an unusual twist, the pet shop is the same one that reported last month that someone stole a $7,000 parrot out of the same employee's hands.
What a month. People, you need to remember this story when you're thinking you're having a bad month at work.
This is like insanity. The bird store said it will reopen on Friday.
Joe. But this woman is like, you would think after getting the bird stolen out of your hand, you'd be like, this is the worst thing that's happened to me.
Like, yeah, and then she gets shot. No, it did say in face. You're 100% right.
In the face.
And then she took it out. So much.
Wait, I wonder if the bird she was holding was maybe belonged to that guy.
I think so. Hold on. I'm going to look up Joe 2.
Yeah, Joe. Here's the thing. While you look that up, there's always like interesting when they name businesses like that. Like, was it Joe's Bird 2?
Yeah, Joe 2 Bird Store in New Jersey.
Like, I feel like Joe didn't really try hard to find a name for his bird store. He's like,
Birds by Joe 2.
Be like, could you imagine his business?
I'm looking up their website.
Figure out his business. Be like, Joe, what do you want to name your bird store?
They have a 4.7 star rating.
Oh.
Specializing in hand-raised baby parrots. Both stores are closed on Tuesdays.
I mean, okay.
I'm curious now. Hold on. Available babies. Do you want to adopt a bird, Joe?
No.
But this is the type of person I am. I'd be like there's some days where I'm like, oh, would you have $6,700 for a bird?
Definitely not.
Oh,
that's cute though.
They're so cute. You can have it shipped to your house.
Perfect.
There's also a warranty. I don't know. I'm like, there's a 15-day guarantee on health, and they ship it to your house so you don't have to get shot by a crossbow. Can you imagine getting that police call?
No.
Like, what?
I can't imagine going
Honey,
there.
I'll be home for dinner. Never mind.
Like what if it's like she got shot in the face here and now every customer is just going to know this story and just be staring.
Well, and also it had to be the guy that stole the parrot.
He came back to shoot her?
It had to be. What is what are the chances that this woman gets a parrot stolen out of her hand and then a few days later gets shot in the face?
Well, maybe the guy that shot her, maybe he came in one day for a parrot, right? And he's like, this is my parrot, but I can't take it home today. So, but I want to claim him.
Right.
And I'm going to come back with my money. So she's like, great. He put a deposit down.
Right.
And then he came back. He goes, where's my parrot? She goes, it got robbed out of my hand.
Somebody stole it out of my hand.
He's like, that's my $7,000 parrot. I gave you a decent down payment. She's like, it got stolen. He's like, Byron became attached to it. She's like, I don't know what to tell you, sir. So he's like, he came home. Guy's crossed. He's like,
Why does he have a crossbow?
I'm a lot of options. I mean, I figured I have to shoot her in the face with the crossbow.
But then they brought the parrot back. The parrot was returned.
Yeah, now this guy is in jail looking at that
without a parrot
on the news, going like, oh, now my parrot's back.
What does a crossbow even look like? Hold on.
So it's like a gun with a bow and arrow at the end of it. And then yeah.
The crossbow is less expensive than the parrot.
Yeah.
It's like by a lot. Man, you can I could order a crossbow right now. This is America.
Wild.
America.
Be very strange for you. Could see.
Oh, you got a crossbow? Now I need a bird shot.
What are you up to lately, Emily, on future podcasts? I mean, crossbowing. I've been, I haven't been in any bird shops, but I have been using.
I don't have bird shop money, but I do have crossbow money.
Crossbow money. Yeah, you just come with the podcast. So I'd be like, easy.
A bird.
Wow.
This is my bird. Anyway.
Yeah,
that's crazy though.
That's a crazy story.
I got another one for you. Ready?
Okay.
Hold on. Newly discovered fungus turns cave-dwelling spiders into zombies. There's a picture.
It's kind of like the show The Last of Us.
I never watched it. It's based on a video game, right?
Yeah, but it's like fungus zombies. They talk about something like that at the beginning, how I guess that can happen with animals.
Apparently. So it says, scientists in Europe have identified a previously unknown species of fungus that turns cave spiders into zombies. The fungus lures them out of their webs before instigating an untimely death and then uses the spider's corpses to spread its spores.
It's gross. Spiders creep me out.
I'm not a big bug fan, yeah.
But yeah,
It acts in a similar way as the zombie ant fungus, seemingly manipulating its prey to move to a more suitable spot for the fungus to spread. So the fungus is smart?
This is what the show's about, where the fungus grows and just eats everything and turns you into a fungus zombie. They say this could happen.
But apparently there's also fungi that affect ants and wasps too.
And turns them into zombies?
Yeah.
And what do they do once they're zombies?
It's just to help it spread. The newfound species is part of a larger branch of fungi that exclusively infects spiders. I don't know. I think it's just trying to. I don't know.
That's our next pandemic. We're gonna have a zombie. Would you a zombie apocalypse? Would you even if you had a fungus zombie taking over? Leave your house. I would. If the world's ending, I'd be like, let's end this. What are we staying around for?
Traveling, Joe.
I think travel's over once the zombies come.
Hold on. What's this thing? I don't even know. This is. So it says the fact that a fungus can infect something and then behaviorally alter that animal so that it then helps the fungus spread, I think is just very intriguing.
Mm. Yeah, hopefully they're not around here.
No, United Kingdom.
Oh, we're safe then.
Well,
I mean, I kill.
Okay, there's pictures of spiders. I can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like spiders. I kill a lot of them.
I don't even like to kill bugs because I don't like the crunch they make.
Oh, yeah.
My daughter, I trained her to kill bugs.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one time my ex-husband came over for visitation, and I was like, I know we're not married anymore, but there's a spider in my bathroom. If you could get rid of that for me. He was like, I got you. I'm like, thanks.
There you go. That's nice.
Thank you. He's fine. We're good.
Yeah. Let me see if I have this other story.
Please.
Throw out there. Youth chasers are injecting trout and salmon sperm in faces instead of traditional fillers. Results have been dramatic.
First of all,
I think you're going to have to take over this story because it seems like a woman thing. So from a woman's perspective, would you inject salmon sperm or trout? We're not.
I don't think I wouldn't. I'm going to think about how I phrase this before I say it.
I just need your thoughts on that because I know it'll never happen to me.
I'm not putting anything in my face, let alone sperm.
Do you think people do this for
There are people that are insane that would inject poison. They do inject poison into their bodies just because they want to look a certain way. So this is my whole take on plastic surgery. I don't care what anyone wants. I never care what anyone else wants to do to their body.
Yeah.
I don't hate anything about my body enough to go through surgery or inject anything in my body where it could go wrong. Because my luck would be that I would inject something into my face and then I would be disformed.
Yeah.
So I'm not one to... And also, I don't know how I feel about fish sperm.
Yeah, like I'm just picturing someone going to the doctors and being like, listen, we have this new thing. Trout sperm. And you're just like, what?
Yeah, sign me up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, who's the one who's like, I think let's try this. What could go wrong?
Yeah. We have trout, salmon. Perfect.
Yeah.
What
about tuna and shark? They didn't try those yet?
I'm sure it's coming down the pike when they're running low on salmon and trout sperm.
I have a funny story about salmon.
Okay.
So it's actually a friend story. Another woman I work with who teaches ESL. She had a student from Ukraine. And she had to we have to screen the students when they come in, so we have to read them a story. So she reads this whole story about salmon and how salmon swim upstream, right?
Yeah.
And he goes at the end, he goes, "What a stupid fish." He was like, this fish swims upstream and gets eaten by bear because it's so stupid and it deserves to die. And she goes, I passed him. Like, she tried, like, but he's right. What a stupid fish. Like, what a stupid fish.
Yeah.
And now they're injecting it into your.
Yeah. Imagine it made these women stupid. You're just, why is Carol swimming upstream? She's like in a river.
No, like I don't want anything injected into my skin. Like, I'm not an anti-vax person. You can keep this in. I'm very big on. I believe in vaccines. I will get a shot, no problem. Right. Don't inject other foreign things into my body.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, all to be youthful, which is
just crazy. Age. Just age. Moisturize.
Yeah.
With lotion.
Listen, if a woman wants to get or a man wants
That's
to
fine.
get like a facelift
That's
or something, you do a little
you
tuck or whatever, but to inject animal sperm, I guess if you're natural, maybe they're just like it's natural.
I mean, it is natural.
If it works.
But how are they collecting the fish sperm?
That's a job. What's your job? Let me tell you something. You're not going to believe it.
Do they give fish like a little cup and have them go in a room?
Yeah.
Put on some fishy porn?
Yeah. You're like, all right, migrants, you can stay in this country. But you have.
They do the jobs no one else wants to do.
Yeah, there's jobs no one else wants to do.
Fish sperm.
Yeah.
I got 2 words for you. But again, caviar is fish eggs.
Yeah.
And we eat that.
Yeah, but
it's like chicken eggs.
Yeah, we eat that.
We eat that.
Yeah,
not anymore. It's not affordable, but
that's what I hear. I mean, they don't seem that expensive to me.
Eggs? I don't know. I don't eat them a lot.
I always have them, but I don't see.
I'm not really an egg gal.
No. I use it to bread my chicken. Stuff like that.
And they're deceased babies.
What?
You bred them and they're deceased babies.
Oh.
Not anymore, you don't.
Yeah, no, yeah.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, so that's the salmon sperm story.
That's gross.
It is gross. I just found it to be. When I saw I just see headlines and I'm like, this is insane. I have to send this to Emily.
Thank you for thinking of me. I do the same with you.
Yeah.
Like, kid almost dies making grilled cheese. That one.
Yeah, that one was crazy. A kid almost dies making grilled cheese.
Fell on a steak knife, right?
Yeah, but what psycho people in their house put their steak knives upside down? I don't even think mine would fit in the hole for
I lay it on the top rack, or I hand wash it.
Yeah, or just put it point down. That's why I think someone wanted that kid dead. They're like, keep him up. And
also, what? He just fell?
Yeah, he slipped in the kitchen and almost.
Somebody set that up. There's no way. There's too many things. I'm thinking about it in my kitchen. Also, why was the dishwasher door down?
That's what I'm saying.
There was a setup.
There's an inside job here.
100%.
100. That kid. I mean, someone in his house is out to get him.
I think so.
Imagine that your almost last meal would be a grilled cheese.
Such a good meal, though. I love
It's
a
a good
grilled
meal,
cheese
but
with
I
tomato
don't know.
soup.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I do like it with tomato soup. Actually, I do something also that someone taught me at a restaurant I was working at. Dip it in pickle juice. It sounds
Okay.
weird.
But I love pickles.
It sounds weird, but it's like
Is
you
it
take a
good?
little pickle juice.
Is it really good?
Yeah, I mean it's it's not like
I do love a pickle.
It's like you take a little bit out of the jar and put it there. You just a little dippy. And,
I like that. I like that.
It was pretty.
I
good.
might try that. I love pickles.
Do we have any stories or games we want to try before
We can
wrap
try
up?
one. I don't have anything prepared. Do you want to try
What a story!
improv? Oh,
an improv. Yeah, we should try like one word improv. But we'll
without boundaries, just start. If you
well, I have to use
you
that
want to use your app.
I think I have to get some sort of mission going.
What are we, spies?
We're spies.
Ooh.
Oh, that was a news story that I thought I forgot to send you too.
What?
Because I think me and you can be spies.
What?
We could be spies. Former spy reveals which mental health disorder the CIA considers a superpower.
Is it
and how to train
anxiety?
it. Yes.
Yes.
We are going to be CIA spies.
Yes.
With anxiety. It's a specific. It makes people be brilliant at their jobs anywhere in the world.
Please.
He spent.
Imagine you're like, why do you want it? Why do you think you'd be good at this job? I also have anxiety.
Yeah. Just a bunch of anxious people with. It says it considers it a superpower due to how well it factors into an individual becoming a competent operative. The mental health trait is so valuable to the CIA. They actively recruit individuals who have it. He said the best spies are not actually people who don't have anxiety. The best spies are people who with high anxiety, and they actively recruit them because anxious people are naturally more attentive, naturally more suspicious, more observant, naturally have a stronger recollection. It's a superpower. Anxiety is a superpower in the world of espionage.
I love that.
All right. I don't even know what that is for a location. The Apollo capsule? That's like a space
I don't know what
thing,
that is. No.
Poker room?
I like poker.
Relationship, taxi driver, passenger.
God, it's
So we're going to be two people now because it's taxi driver, passenger.
Do you want to be the taxi driver or the passenger?
Well, we can't do one word improv with that. We just have to improv, right?
So do we want to be
we have to pick one of them. Will be
the taxi driver?
Yeah.
Taking someone to the poker room?
Taking someone to the poker room.
Or are we a taxi driver in a poker 100. Room?
So poker room, taxi driver, person, poker room.
100.
100.
Okay.
We have to use those.
Okay.
This may not.
I'm going to start.
Okay.
It's
really
unlikely
for
you
to
win
any
amount
of
money
at
the
poker
room.
So
why
are
you
driving
to
the
poker
room?
There's
100
different
places
you
could
go.
Such
stupidity.
No. Oh. Okay, so stupid. I thought you were going to say as such as. Places to go. Such as.
Well, you threw me off with 100 because 100 is 2 words.
Oh. True, but yeah. Is it or is it a hyphenated word?
It's like would have all over.
We'll start off with such as.
Okay, go.
Such
as
the
Madame
Tussauds
Museum
where
you
could
pose
with
Angelina
Jolie
for
a
photo
of
seduction.
We got to leave it at seduction. I can't do nothing after seduction.
That's pretty good. All right.
That's pretty good.
All right.
We had fun with that.
That was
We're
fun.
going to get better.
Fun.
We have to practice this off camera, I think,
I know.
sometimes. But, maybe people have a good time watching us be terrible on camera.
I love it. I'm going to think of a different game, too, we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like an improv-y game.
Okay. Yeah. That's, yeah, yeah, for sure. This was a fun episode. What?
Maybe I'm going to set up a thing now before we leave and be like, give Joe and I improv ideas for our next episode.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Set up a thing? What do you mean a thing?
Like
a reminder?
No, like I'm going to poll the
the fans?
our fans.
Sure. They're going to give us a game? They're going to
give us improv topics.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, we can do that for sure. Yeah, why not?
All right, guys.
This is a great episode. Thank you guys. Hope you're enjoying it. Please like and subscribe. Follow us. Comment on Apple iTunes, Apple Podcasts. That helps us, and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.